internet, and welcome to another episode of The Forgotten here on Game Nights. I am your host and your dungeon master, Savvy, and we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm very excited about it, as I am every week for this game. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about what we got going on the channel this week. My Spotify is way too loud. Cannot hear myself at all. Our schedule, if you're live with us on Twitch, is down below our faces on our drop page. If you are with us in the future, it is pinned to our Twitter, which is at GameKnights. It is also pinned to our show's channel and our Discord, which you can join. The link is there in the chat. It's also available on our Twitch page as well. Our next live stream after this will be tomorrow, Tuesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We will have a new episode of Tabletop Tuesdays where they're playing The Burbs. They're playing Savage Worlds, the Cthulhu version, Cthulhu edition. I don't know what the actual edition is called, but it's the one with Cthulhu. And they're stuck in a time loop, and also there's a cult trying to kill them. Sounds a little familiar. So yeah, join them for that. Thursday, we'll have the finale of our Urban Shadows mini-series, Red River Legends, that Val has been running over these past 3 weeks. Friday, Neon Souls, we're playing Fate in a sci-fi universe where sometimes there are pirates, and it's all very exciting. Saturday, we'll be back for an episode of Saturday Night's Mistborn. We're playing the Mistborn RPG based on the novels by Brandon Sanderson. And then Sunday, you'll be back around for Slaying 201, where we play Monster of the Week. And I run that one as well. So come hang out with us for all of those shows. They're all good, and the people in them are good, and you should watch them and follow those people on the internet. That's the important stuff. We have a merch store. You can buy merch. We got t-shirts, we got tank tops, we got other stuff, mugs that have a bunch of silly stuff on them with our logo, and you'll like them a lot. Go check them out. All of that goes directly to support us so we can keep streaming 6 days a week on this channel. Maybe it could be 7. I don't know. Nobody will let me bully them into streaming more. Like I did for this show. And then tonight, there is a link in the chat there as well. Our stream store is open. You can spend the XP that you earn watching our shows on things to influence the game. You can help people with some healing or recharging a spell slot or giving some inspiration. Or you could give our wonderful party here a loot drop, and I'll roll for something on the magic item table in DMG, or you can name an NPC and I'll add them into the game. It's all very fun. That is in the chat. I am going to let my players introduce themselves, tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet and who they are playing tonight, starting with Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. Pretty much just talking about the fun stuff I do here. Yay! Here on Mondays, on Thursdays, Fridays, every other Saturday, and on Sundays for some shenanigans. Tonight I am playing Marta. Marta is the Pact of the Tome Archfey Warlock. She's a Firbolg.
Right. Next up is Morgan.
Hello, I'm Morgan, also known as Imaginatrix on the internet. I mainly do cosplay. You can find it on Instagram and Twitter under Imaginatrix. And tonight I am playing Aurelio Carlin, who is a half-elf druid, specifically Circle of the Coast.
Excellent. Next up is Sam.
Hi, my name is Sam. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Smackaroni. I am currently here on Mondays and Fridays, and tonight I am playing a tiefling bard named Gladness.
And last, but certainly not least, Val.
Hi everyone, I'm Bal, at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays, playing running games, running a lot of games lately. Join us on Thursday for the finale of Red River Legends, where we're going to be finishing up our Urban Shadows game. So come join us for that at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then I run three other games on this channel, one on Fridays called Neon Souls, and two on Saturdays, one called Saturday Night's Mistborn, and another called Saturday Night's Star Power. All those are on the schedule, so just check those out. But tonight, I will be reprising my role as Pod, the Kobold Soul Knife Rogue.
Excellent. 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 Let me get my notes up here. Come on. You guys ready? Let's do a recap. Previously on The Forgotten, the party put their plan, finally, into motion. After spending some time alone with Resmir in the cultist leader's tent, Gladness snatched the key to the prisoner's chains, but seemed to leave the tent with more questions than answers. While Marta caused a distraction in the form of a conga line around the bonfire, Pod set the hostages, including his friend Leosin, free, sending them running towards the entrance of the camp, while he set some tents ablaze as a distraction.
I thought you were going to be like, he set the hostages on fire. I was like, wait, I don't remember
the hostages on fire. It was a very big deal. I can't believe you don't remember. No. He set some tents on fire. The four of you then made your way quickly to the back of the camp in the commotion and entered the cave where the treasure was allegedly being stored. The party made their way through, and while it came to light that the hoard the cultists had gathered had already been moved, save a few scattered coins and gems, they discovered treasures of a different kind. A map detailing more of the travel route of the cult and its hoard, a shrine to the dragon queen Tiamat, and a small clutch of baby black dragons, freshly hatched. And as they scoop up their new wards in the bottom of this dark cavern, we are going to pick back up. So, as a reminder, get to the correct bit here. You are in this cave, sort of towards the back of the cavern. There is the ledge from which you came, a set of stairs going down to the gate that you opened. Two of these large drakes, which Leo talked into sitting, are laying nearby, and you're sort of towards the back of this large cavern, and scattered around are these clutches of very large eggs. And you got 4 little baby dragons. What would you like to do?
I don't know if any of us got that far.
I don't think so either.
I forgot we were in the cave, to be honest. We should probably get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah, the last thing we want is multiple dragons imprinting on us.
And that, and the murderous cult outside that's probably going to kill us if they see us trying to take these things.
But they like us now. I don't think the cult's going to kill us. The dragons do. Maybe they will. I don't know.
I don't know if that's how any of this works. I feel like we're stealing what they would consider their property, and they might not enjoy that very much.
Okay, fair point. That's a fair point.
I think either way, I'm not willing to take that risk.
I mean, we can put together a couple leashes or something, but I think they'll probably see a bunch of dragons on leashes, so I don't know if that would really help all that much. I can put them in my bag.
I mean, there was on the other side of the room with the poison in it, there was another room that had some stairs going up that could have come out in another area. So maybe they have another escape exit somewhere around here.
If the poison is gone, that's a great idea.
Well, it seems like we're going to have to go back through the poison either way. Or the acid. Either way.
Looks down at her arm. Yeah, it was acid.
So, yeah, let's give it a shot. I mean, if we get out fast enough, even if there's not a back entrance, they may still have less people in the camp if they're chasing down the prisoners. Take advantage of the chaos, make a run for it.
Try to blend in. I can put on these new robes I got.
If we're gonna make a run for it, we gotta really make a run for it. We cannot be seen.
I agree.
But again, what do you want to do with these four?
Take them with us, hide them in a backpack, under a cloak, whatever works.
I can carry a few of them. They don't look too heavy.
Yeah, this one's about as big as me, so you should probably carry mine at the very least.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can put a cloak on him and say it's my little brother.
I mean, if you think that'll work. I mean, I've heard of a couple of kobolds like standing on top of each other and pretending to be like a human or something.
That never works. Never works. It's a myth.
Oh.
It's a myth that it happens, or it's a myth that
it works?
Never mind.
Both. We would never do that and successfully commit some of the greatest heists that this continent has ever seen. We should go.
Insight check! I'm serious.
Roll an insight check.
I forgot dice.
Pod, roll deception. We're gonna have a roll off.
Now you're making assumptions by making me roll Yeah, I'm gonna roll deception.
Yeah, Ooh. Let's see.
(17 minus 1 is a 16.
18.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's a lie.
But it was the best lie Pod's ever told.
It's a pretty good one. It's pretty convincing.
Mm-hmm. Never done it
a little bit.
Sounds about right. I'll keep that in mind, Pod, that you've never heard of that happening.
Mm-hmm. Pod is actually going to go with the really good idea that to put a cloak on the dragon and just pretend it's another kobold.
You put a cloak on the baby dragon?
Yes. One of Pod's spare traveler's clothes. And just like puts it on the dragon and like carries it like you would like an injured kobold.
How many spell slots do I have? Hold on, I could do something very stupid. I still have
Marta's just gonna pick her little one up and put it in her backpack.
You guys want to get out of here really easily?
How?
I could disguise myself again, which is using a lot of disguise. I'll be very tired after this one and will probably need to rest a little bit. But I could disguise myself as Sam forgot the name of the character that he banged last time.
Resmir.
Yes, Resmir.
Love him and leave him. Jeez.
Ridiculous.
I said Sam, not Glad.
You forgot her name last time too.
I'm bad at names. I could disguise myself as Resmir, say that I caught you guys letting the captives go, and that I'm taking you somewhere to be punished.
But I don't want them to know that we let the captives go.
It's a good idea.
They know
if
we let
get...
the captives go.
Well, let's just go with
Not
this.
necessarily.
You could do that.
Mhm.
We go running through the camp behind you. Maybe nobody even asks any questions because they're just going to see Resmir. If they try to stop us, convincing lie, gauge your lie based on how they're. If they're like, "Hey, stop them," they fuck shit
See,
up. Then
we're going after the people who let the hostages go,
Yeah.
or we're going after the hostages.
just
Okay,
read the
yeah, that's actually
situation. And
A better lie than the one I came up with.
Yeah. Your lie's good if they're like angry at us already.
Cool. So we'll read the situation. If they're mad at us, I'm taking you guys somewhere. If they're just like, hey, come help, I'll be like, no, we're going to get the hostages.
Yes.
Good?
Yeah.
Cool.
As you're all standing here having this wonderful conversation, Gladness, from behind you, you hear a voice
Great.
say, "Oh my god, will the four of you just pick a plan, please? You're boring me to tears."
What's behind me? I'm not moving. I just stopped like deer in the headlights, frozen.
There is a stalagmite right behind Gladness.
Pod goes creeping back into the darkness to try to hide.
Now I
Marta
can see you over there.
Marta, being quite tall, will reach up, poke.
The stalagmite?
Yeah.
You poke it and you hear, "Oh!" And one very large eye opens on the stalagmite, and then beneath it, a very large fanged mouth opens again. "Now, why have you poked me?"
I was just seeing if you were the one talking. Hi. Are you really a are you really part of the cave, or?
You all see sort of lifting out of what you thought previously was rock, a large tentacle that sort of swings its way over to you, Marta, and just pokes you right in the forehead. How do you like it?
I mean, I wasn't expecting it, so I guess I could see how that might not be pleasant.
What are you
what is
doing in
that?
my cave?
Well, resting right now. We're about to go, though. If like you need a nap or something.
Well, I've just eaten. That's why you're still alive.
Oh,
Plus, you're the most interesting thing that's walked into this cave in a while.
oh. So you're not part of the cave then?
No. But I live here.
This is
can
Sam. Is that a mimic?
It's not a mimic.
Oh, okay.
You guys can roll to see if you know what it is. I think Val knows what it is.
I want to
I
roll.
wanna
to see if
roll.
I know what it is.
Val does and Val's scared.
What am I rolling?
Either nature or arcana.
Ooh.
That's a nat one.
Oh, 13?
I
That's
rolled
probably
a
enough.
19 plus
That's-
2 is a
yeah.
21.
That's definitely enough.
Pod's still pretty sure it's a stalagmite.
Pod and Leo are pretty sure it's an enchanted rock of some kind. Marta, I think you've heard of these. Gladness, you've probably heard. Gladness, you've heard of these at some point. This is a roper.
Oh,
It's a creature. It's a little monstrosity of a guy. They look like stalagmites or stalactites, and they can sit still essentially for hours at a time, looking like a rock, until something comes by, and then they get it with their tentacles and they eat it.
I didn't know they could talk. That's cool.
They can eat basically anything. The only things they can't digest are like gemstones and like platinum. Everything else it can eat.
Oh.
Oh. You're a roper.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh. I've never met one before. Hi, I'm Marta.
Hello, Marta. Are you going to continue talking in my cave?
No.
If you show us the fastest way out, we will stop doing that immediately.
All right, I can do that. I take it from your conversation you don't want to go out the front.
Probably not. Is there another way?
Well, there are a few tunnels in the back. You may have to contend with some of the other fleshy folks on your way out, but
By
Is there-
fleshy folks, do you mean us type people?
yes.
That's fine.
All right. Follow me. And it starts to... Why are you looking at me like that? It's in the book.
I'm just so excited to have this thing walk us through the cave.
So the roper starts to move. It sort of lifts up all of these like tentacles. Now have this little cilia on the end. And it starts to pull its way very slowly, about 10 feet or so,
Oh boy.
across the cave floor. It moves around the eggs, kind of goes up on one of the walls, and just slowly climbs its way just straight up the face of the ledge and up to the top.
Huh.
Come along.
All right,
Anybody got rope?
I got some. Pod's got a
Please
climber's
do.
kit.
Well, there are also stairs
Oh,
that you guys
Oh.
came down.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna climb the
Pay
wall anyway.
attention.
You can go back up the stairs you came down.
Okay, we'll take
If
this.
Yeah,
you're
we'll do
welcome
that.
to climb. We could do that instead. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's fun here.
Just failed
Never gonna get-
my perception check.
Yeah, it starts to make its way, and it kind of goes up on one of the cave walls on the rock, and just kind of is pulling itself along sideways, kind of up the stairwell that you came down. You can still smell the sort of the burning, where the acid had hit like the stone and everything. It seems like for the most part the gas has started to dissipate. So you stay kind of low in the room. You can make your way through. And the roper sort of makes its way up the stairwell, but it's like along the wall and then like along the ceiling. So it looks like you're just following a weird moving stalactite up into a chamber. Leo, you have been in this chamber before. To your left is all of the violet fungus that you encountered the first time you were in the cave. But it turns to the right and starts to kind of make its way along the ceiling. It kind of looks back. You see its big eye open again to make sure you're following it. And it says, now you're going to want to be quiet in here. Don't disturb the bats.
okay.
I'm going to have you all make stealth checks
Fun.
Oh joy.
so as to not disturb the bats.
Don't wake bats. What's my
That's a
stealth?
10.
Oh, plus 0. Great. Here we go.
That's a 7.
Can you guess what I rolled?
Is it bad?
It's another 6. I just
Oh my God.
this dice. Fuck this dice. Fuck it. It's
It doesn't
gone.
like you.
It really likes 6, I guess. So
If you need a 6, roll that dice.
Right?
yeah, apparently.
It's like that dice you can roll in Mario Party where you can pick the number.
14.
Odd. Okay. Yeah. Who rolled? 2 of you rolled 10 or higher, correct? Okay. Scraping by on the skin of your teeth, you guys. You making probably a little bit more noise than you mean to, but ultimately able to help each other through the room. You look up as the roper kind of moves down onto a wall and makes its way forward. You look up, and the entire ceiling of this large cavern is just carpeted in bats. There are hundreds of bats on the ceiling of this cave, but sleeping soundly for now. You make your way through. You reach the back of this cavern, and the roper turns left again, and stops kind of at the entrance to another cavern. You see its eye kind of open really wide, and then it slides back down to the floor and says to you very quietly, "Now, in the back of the cavern ahead, there is a small tunnel that will lead you back to the surface. It comes out on the other side of the plateau."
Great. Thank you. What's your name?
I don't know that you'd be able to pronounce it.
I could try.
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have a nickname? Do you want a nickname?
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Fang. Because you
I
kind of
like
look
it.
like a fang.
I also have many. And it smiles, this huge, horrible, wide smile. It's got like 50 teeth, and they're all just like, they're all fangs. They're all pointed as hell.
And
They could shred you.
And how beautiful those fangs are.
Be careful in there. There's enough blood in this cavern. But if you die, I will eat you. Starts to slide back through the bat cavern.
Bye, Fang.
Goodbye.
Well, they were very nice.
They sure were. Glad our bodies will be going to a good cause if we die.
It's a circle of life. You die, and then, worms and bugs and predators and everything, they eat you, and, they carry on. It's just how it goes.
Circle of life.
I'd rather we not enter that circle for a while, though. Let's.
No, I wasn't planning on it, but,
All right, so there's going to be people up ahead here.
That's what they said.
Fleshy folk.
You want me to check it out real quick?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Smart.
All right, stay here.
Okay, you move through the cavern entrance pod. 2 things. Make a stealth check.
I don't like when you say 2 things. Okay, I'm gonna use one of my psionic energy because I'm rolling very badly after that 17.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Okay. And roll a d10.
Eight.
Okay. You make your way quickly and quietly, sort of pressed up against the wall through the entrance of this cavern and around a little bit of a corner. In front of you, there is a long, sort of narrow chamber, much like the one that you just came from with the dragon eggs. On one side, there is a 10-foot drop with a set of wooden stairs leading down kind of into another pit in the back. That in front of you, into the room about 30 feet into the room from where you are, there is someone standing there, a large humanoid form with a dragon-like snout that's sort of on the edge looking down into the pit. A couple other things in this room. There's a rack along one wall that's got a bunch of tools and stuff on it. There are these sort of long poles that have like lassos, like rope at the end. There are some leashes, there are some collars. And down in the pit, you can see just the top of some very large cages.
Okay. Say a half dragon, or is he wearing a mask?
I just said a humanoid form with a dragon-like snout.
Okay. Tall, though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big
All
tall.
right. And then pit with cages and something, but I can't see anything else in the pit.
No, you'd have to go to the edge.
Okay. And I assume I'd be seen if I got that
Yeah.
close. Okay. Then Pod will head back to the others.
Okay. Roll a d10.
Oh my god. I feel like I keep having to make saving throws or something here, and that I should probably look for some sort of trap. That's a 6.
Okay. You make it back to your party.
I'm so worried. Alright. Here's the deal. Actually, I just had a stupid thought. Why didn't I use my telekinesis thing? I don't know if that's still active, though.
I don't know. I don't remember how long it was last time.
Yeah. One guy in there. Person. There's a pit. I saw cages, leashes. Maybe dogs. Maybe more of those lizard dogs. But nobody else in there, so if we sneak up, we should be able to take them.
I'm worried about the lizard dogs.
Want to sneak up, or maybe we still have that same plan, and we pretend we're still cultists, and Glad can turn into Resmere, and we can kind of just run through.
Yeah, I guess if you want to play this out and say we're going to the back entrance because the cultists or the escaped prisoners might have gone around back.
Full disclosure, not sure if Resmere would come in here.
Why?
Why not? She's in charge of the whole camp, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just a vibe.
Well, if it doesn't work, we fight. And if it does work, then no harm.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So I cast Disguise Self and look like Resmere.
Okay. You cast Disguise Self to look like Resmere. Here is my question for you. That's not how you spell disguise at all. How tall is Gladness?
He's 5'10".
Okay.
So no, Resmere's tall.
Yeah, you can change your height by about a foot, I think.
So maybe 6'10" at most.
I mean, Marta could also cast Disguise Self.
I might
'cause
cut it.
We've had a short rest in between.
That's true.
And she can, and hers is for being a furbolg, so she can like change her height up to 2 feet, I think. Let me double check.
Either way, they're gonna make a check to see if they can see through it.
Yeah.
So I think it's really about who you want to be doing the talking.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Okay. So you cast Disguise Self, Gladness, you make yourself look like Resmir. And the 4 of you make your way into the
Purple cloak.
tavern.
Right.
Put the purple cloak on.
Before we go in, I just go, act like we're supposed to be there.
Okay.
And we're in a hurry.
Not necessarily in a hurry, just we're supposed to be there. Maybe we're pressed, but not like we're hurried to get out of there. On a mission. We're on a mission. Okay,
Can do.
let's do it.
What's the marching order?
Me first.
Okay. Gladys, roll a d10.
Ah! 5. My ear fell off.
Oh no.
5.
5. Okay, you walk through, pressed, but looking like you are supposed to be there. Everybody that is following, please also roll a d10.
Okay.
A 10.
7.
1.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Marta and Leo, you make your way across, no trouble. Pod, you walk back through the entrance to this cavern for the 3rd time today, and underneath you, there is a ripping sound as a strategically placed sheet of thin paper rips underneath your foot, and you fall. It's only about 2 feet, and you feel something very sharp drive up into the bottom of your foot. You take 4 poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
This is not my day.
You walked over it like 3 times.
Well, I thought... I didn't know it was there. That's not good. That's an 8.
What is the DC? Okay. Hold, please. Pod, the bottom of your foot where the spike has pierced it starts to burn. And I need you to roll 1 more d10 for me.
6.
You freeze, and you feel like you can't move.
Kobolds. I told you to watch where you were going. Ugh. Someone
I got
pick him
him.
up.
Marta will scoop him up, put him on her shoulder.
Perfect. We've got somewhere to be. Now let's get going. We can deal with this later.
Pod's movement starts to slowly return to your limbs after a moment.
Ow! Damn it.
Good?
Ow. My foot hurts.
You want me to carry you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And you make your way into the room. Pod shouting, ow. So as you make your way in, this person that is in the room has already turned to face you. They walk towards you, kind of staying about 15 feet away or so, and you can see sort of in the torchlight what they look like. They are very tall, like the half dragons you have met before, but with a sort of a shorter snout and large finned ears. They have sort of like piercings running down them, and where there would be skin, there is scales, but they are this like bright purple. And they sort of look at you, confused, and they start to speak. Assuming Gladness probably says something.
Yes. He's going to say, listen, we're on a mission. The captives have escaped and we need to get through here right now. We're trying to find them and you know how important that is. So please, if you have anything to say, let's save it for later.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll. Could be deception, could be intimidation. You can roll with advantage.
Let's see. Or 24 with advantage.
Okay. Yeah. One more. Okay. The person in front of you like starts to speak again, and then kind of backs off, like takes a step back, looking really just confused, if anything. Yes, ma'am. Who are they?
They're new recruits. It's true.
A new recruit in the purple.
We found it in the cave. I think someone died. Just don't worry about it.
All right. Takes a step to the side, kind of eyeing you, but doesn't say anything.
I guess we just go through.
Okay. You go through, you make your way past them to the end of this cavern, and you can see, again, much like that first passage that you came through, sort of in the folds of this rock, Gladness, you feel a draft coming through, and you sort of make your way in. Marta, you definitely have to turn sideways to get out this way. But taking your party with you, you make your way down this sort of thin, dark passage and eventually out onto the other side of the plateau, into the night air. You guys just skipped a whole ass combat.
We've been doing that very well so far.
I know. I want to show you a picture of this fool. But what are you doing?
Getting far enough away and camping for the night.
Yeah, I say we break into a run and book it out of here.
Yeah, and I think we're headed in the direction of Elturel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this guy.
Well, hello.
He's purple. He's from
Aw.
the new book. And I gave him thinned ears because it's the art that I have. I'll show you guys the art on Roll20. Okay, so you book it. It is at this point the sort of the middle of the night, but you book it away from the plateau. It will take you a little bit. You can make it back to the main road. Are you going to continue to travel through the night?
We should
We should
probably
rest. I think we should rest.
Probably. So essentially where we are, oh, you guys have a map. I can just tell you this. Great. I don't have to be mysterious. So you are south of the green fields right now. It is the 12-mile walk back to Greenest. Elturel is north of Greenest. On foot, it's going to take you a long time to get there, but it's about 200 miles. So on horseback, it's like 6 days. So we're about to do a little bit of travel. Just I assume we don't want to do that tonight. So you can make the trek back to Greenest, or you can sort of camp along the main road if you have camping gear. It's up to y'all.
Maybe we should go back to Greenest and get some horses.
I think we should go get some horses.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. You can make that walk. I mean, it's going to take you a few hours. It's going to be very late when you get back, but you make the walk. It is relatively uneventful. It's open plains here. You'd be able to see things coming from a mile away. It's late, and you don't see anything, but you make the trek back to Greenest. At the entrance to the city, or that bridge that you first came over first time.
Marta's gonna take the purple cloak off. It's probably
okay.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, the spell would wear off by the time we got back. No worries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a few hours later. You make your way across the bridge back into Greenest and head towards the keep again. A couple of the guards see you coming, kind of stand at attention, and you are let in. They recognize you at this point. They let you in. There are a few people milling about. Again, it's very late, but everyone is still sort of crowded in here after the attack. And one of the guards that is sort of posted by the front doors inside says, "Do you want me to fetch the governor?"
Do we?
Does he owe us money?
No, I think he
we
paid us
did
already.
this one for free. Damn it!
Then
somewhere
give
we
us
could
horses.
stay. Yeah, somewhere we could stay and somewhere we
horses,
could get
and
horses.
somewhere we can stay. Yes. So yes, fetch the governor.
All right. I'll be right back. And she makes her way out. She returns a few minutes later with a familiar face of Governor Nighthill, still sort of bandaged all on one side and looking extremely tired. But he shows up. I forgot what he sounded like. I feel like everyone in this town is Southern.
How are we explaining the dragons? Or are they all hidden?
Excellent question.
I have 2 in my backpack.
I don't know what we did with mine.
We just kind of had them.
Carrying mine.
You
Yeah.
left it. We got to go back.
No. Can we say I was carrying? Oh no,
Yeah.
I can't have been because I would have had to explain that.
3 in my backpack.
Okay.
They'll fit. It's a pretty big backpack.
And then Pods was following in a cloak.
I forgot about that. That's very funny. But Governor Nighthill returns, and he sort of rubbing one eye. You're back. Good.
Yep, we released everybody, so they're on their way back soon, I hope.
Yeah, so I heard. That monk fella already made his way through.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
They were all right.
What?
They were all right.
Yeah, as far as I can tell. Some of them are here. Some of them are making their way back to, well, what's left of their villages, I guess.
Cool.
Weren't there only 4 of you before?
No, there were always 2 kobolds. You just only saw one at a time.
Oh, I guess I never saw you in the same room before.
Wow, I'm pretty offended you couldn't tell us apart.
I mean, that's not what I said at all, but all right, I'll take that one, I guess. It's very late and I don't want to argue.
Is there somewhere we could stay? And then maybe tomorrow, is there somewhere where we could get some horses?
course, yeah. I mean, we mostly got everybody kind of posted up here in the keep till we can start repairing the town and everything, but you're welcome to find a spot. We got food and such, and I'm sure if I let the stable hands know, we can provide you with some horses, get you on your way.
Thank you.
I have one more question for you before we turn in.
Sure.
Did somebody by the name, I'm sure they were here before, of Talus Whitehall make their way back yet?
Talus. That don't sound familiar.
No?
Sorry.
Okay. I just know that they were here and heard they were kidnapped. But maybe they'll turn up in the morning.
I mean, I didn't catch everybody's names. They might have just made their way on through.
Fair. Okay. Sure, yeah. Thank you.
Get some rest. I'm sure you need it. We'll see you off tomorrow.
All right, good night.
He turns in for the evening. Anything you guys want to do before you go to sleep?
Marta starts writing questions to Baz in her tome, like, what do dragons like to eat? Are there fun games that dragons like to play? How to train your dragon?
Have we all named our dragons yet?
Have you?
We should name our dragons.
I've named mine.
Do tell.
You go first.
I'm gonna write them down.
It's a secret name, I'm not telling it. Just kidding. Pod heads to bed and says, "Come on, Boone." Goes wandering off someplace to curl up.
Okay.
Glad goes up to Marta and says, "Okay, we're turning in. Can I get Kieran out of your backpack?"
I'll just put the backpack down and you pick up the one named Kieran, okay?
Will do. I grab Kieran and head off to room and inn.
Leo goes and scoops up hers and is like, "Come on, Sparrow."
It was so cute.
And as is appropriate, the shy one with the bright blue eyes, like, just pokes his little snoot out. You can just stay in there, Clementine. That's all right.
All right. You four and your four new friends, Boone, Kieran, Sparrow, and Clementine, curl up. You get some sleep. You have a long rest. Nothing bad happens during the night.
Hey.
So you wake up the next morning. Probably midday at least. Because it was very late when you returned. The keep is bustling. There are people sort of making their way around. Some people are eating, that kind of things. People are picking up gear, picking up tools, and the town is getting ready to set itself right. As you're all sort of waking up, packing up your things, that kind of thing, you see Red, the dwarf castellan who led you into the keep in the first place, kind of make his way over to you, sort of a mug in hand, kind of finishing eating lunch, probably. Because by the time you all woke up,
got in pretty late.
So I heard. I'm just take you down to the stables when you're ready. Got horses saddled for you.
Right,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Cool.
I think we're ready.
I want to check one thing first. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay. I want to check the tavern for Talus. See if they
Okay.
think they're back there.
Yeah. You make your way out into the town, down the street. The tavern is just down, sort of on the next corner. You make your way in. The building is pretty much intact, as it was sort of being used as the base of operations in the city. You walk in, there are a couple of people sort of moving crates around, kind of uprighting tables and shifting stuff back. But one of them, sort of an older man, has a white hair that's like pushed back out of his face, turns and says, "Oh, can I help you? We're not exactly open for business yet, if you know what I mean."
Yeah, no, I'm not here to make merry or drink or anything like that. I'm actually looking for Talus. I think she used to perform here, at least recently.
Oh, yeah, slight little thing. Short, brown hair?
That's the one.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, she played here for, off and on a couple of months when she would come through. I ain't seen her in a couple weeks, so.
I heard she was supposed to be here and that she got kidnapped, and since we released everybody, I imagined that she would come back, but maybe she didn't make it?
Yeah, I saw a group of people come through. The ones that are from here stayed. The rest of them went on heading up north. So probably go through El Terrell, head over to Baldur's Gate, bigger city, heading home, that kind of thing.
That makes a ton of sense. Well, thanks. I'll just keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, that's all I needed. I'll go back and ready to go.
I think Leo's followed Glad, and like when he turns around, he's just like standing there and looking at him.
Oh, Leo, hi.
Hi. Who are you looking for?
Oh, I'm looking for a childhood friend. Even more childhood than you.
You had friends before me?
I did a lot of things before you knew me.
Guess if you say so.
You caught me stealing from you. How do you think I learned that?
Guess. Well, I caught you, so. Well, Oron caught you, so I guess you weren't very good at it. So I guess I didn't think you learned that from anyone.
Well, listen, your brother is a whole different situation that we don't need to discuss right now, but I'm very good at stealing things. And was.
Yeah, we've stolen together before, but like, I don't know.
But
So
anyway,
you heard she was around here?
yeah. I wanted to talk to her because I had some stuff that I needed to ask her about.
Okay. Well, I hope to find her.
Yeah, me too. I think she might be able to help me answer some questions, maybe.
Well, shall we go find the others and get out of here?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow me like that. That's weird.
Okay.
If you want to come, just ask.
Will do.
Okay.
All right. The two of you make your way back toward the keep. You meet up with Marta and Pod. Anything you all want to do before you leave Greenest? Okay. So Red takes you down to sort of the edge of town. There is a pretty large, for the size of the town, stable with a couple of stable hands making their way around. But out in front, there's some hitching posts with 4 horses. I just keep giving you guys pets, is the thing. I can't stop myself. Through you, I have all the pets. The 4 horses that are saddled, bridled, ready to go.
Should we see if they have like a wagon or a cart or something that we can like buy or borrow or take? Because like we have these dragons, and like it might be nice for them to not walk or be carried in a backpack.
Yeah, and I don't want to walk.
Yeah.
So
Well, you would be on a horse, but
I also don't want to ride a horse because that's also work.
I'm pretty
Brad,
sure
would
I
there-
can't ride a horse, so maybe a wagon would be fair trade for 2 of the
2
horses.
of the horses.
Mm-hmm.
I can drive the wagon.
Unless you have a very tiny horse.
One of the guys kind of looks to the other and kind of says, I mean, we got a couple of ponies.
Do you
Even
have
that
a
might be
wagon,
too big.
maybe?
I mean, we got one. We kind of need it, though. I mean, we can't let it go for free.
How much will it cost?
Reasonable price for a wagon. I forgot now. I'm the one who has to come up with this stuff. You guys can't just tell me.
And
That
Marta
is-
does have a proficiency with land vehicles.
That's perfect. What's a good? Is there a price for a wagon? Probably not. I'll base it off something else. I mean, we do sort of need it for hauling supplies and everything. I mean, I don't think I can let it go for less than 100 gold.
Looks a pod.
Looks at Pod.
I don't know. That's pretty steep. Maybe we should.
Do you want to ride a horse or do you want to ride in a wagon?
$75 gold.
Roll persuasion.
I'm not the one you should be having to do this. But okay.
You're the one that has all the dang money.
Why are my only good rolls when I'm using my worst stat tonight? That's an 18.
I
80.
I'll cover the last 5, Pod. I don't want to walk, and I don't want to ride a horse. They're stinky.
77.
Don't do this!
All right, fine.
I'm making a character choice for Pod right now.
77 gold pieces.
Does somebody
they will-
have? Does somebody have 5 gold pieces so that way I can just bring us down to even 1,100 in the fund? Otherwise, I
yeah,
gotta do
Marta's
Yeah,
got,
I'll throw in
Marta's got
5.
10. Okay.
Okay.
Because I have 515. I would like to not have. And now I have 510. It's fine.
Marta has 10 gold.
Do you guys want like a party inventory handout? Are you going to be sharing things?
We can share.
Or no?
That's fine. That's Sid and Marta talking. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Fine.
Glad and Pod, I think, aren't gonna
Probably
share.
not. Probably not. That's fair.
I think my plan was that when we get to town, we consolidate everything we have,
Yeah.
split it
Mhm.
evenly, and then everybody can buy whatever stuff they want.
That is totally fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Cool.
give you guys that if you wanted it, but if you don't need it, that's even less work for me.
And then everyone can make decisions on who they want to lend gold to if somebody wants something fancy. But
Yeah. All right. So they leave you with 2 of the horses and pull it's a little old. It's a little the joints are a little squeaky. But it's a well taken care of old wagon. It'll do. Room for you and all your stuff. So they hitch it up to the 2 horses. Climb in back. Marta up in the driver's seat because you can drive. And you head off north on the road to El Terrell. It's going to take wagon slower than horses.
But
Faster than on foot. It's probably going to take you, probably add 2 extra days on for the wagon because you are still in a wagon. You're moving much faster than you're moving and walking. Probably going to take you like 8 days to get there. Is there anything anyone would like to do along the way?
I'm gonna write a song.
Okay.
Hey!
You gonna write a song?
In her free time during stops, Marta's gonna take those 4 little gemstones,
All right.
and she's gonna make little friendship bracelets,
What do we say they were? Amethyst?
amethysts, and she'll put little pretty pretty stones or whatever.
Little
nothing-
bangles.
Yeah, little bangles for everybody.
Like
And
it.
hers is kind of big, and then they get progressively smaller and smaller and smaller until the one that fits Pod would maybe go on one of her fingers like a ring, but she makes everyone a little bracelet.
Marta makes you all a pretty amethyst bracelet. Gladness writes a song.
But she's not gonna show to anybody until it's done.
Okay. In progress.
Pod's gonna do a little bit of crafting.
Ooh.
Just
What are you making?
super simple. Just wants to take some of the hemp rope that he has, cut off little bits of it, stick it down to some of the oil files that he has to essentially make tiny little
Molotov cocktails.
fire grenades. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that'd
Sure.
be worth it. Just cutting, sticking down. That's it. Just gonna
No, yeah, I don't think because you're just taking the time to do it. I don't think you have to roll for it. I'm just deciding. There are fire bombs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to make stats for what
I
these would
do actually, but I have something for this because in one of the combat encounters that you guys skipped, there were some kobolds that had little fire bombs.
Hey!
through.
Okay.
I'm gonna use them. Where are they? Nope, that's the roper. Fire bombs. Yeah, we'll just use this. So you can throw them. How many flasks do you have?
I have 10 total.
Okay. Are you using all of them?
No, I think it was just gonna do 5.
Okay, so you have 5 of these. You can toss them 30 feet. Each creature within 10 feet of where they land has to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
How much damage?
1d8 fire damage, half on a success.
Not bad. Marta would also like to do some training with Clementine.
Okay, what kind of training?
Silly stuff, seeing if she can sit and roll over and play dead, and
Okay.
And then also I don't know what what would the phrase be, but like if we're in trouble, like if it's an emergency, and she can like just basically like climb up the back of Marta and like climb into the backpack.
Hide.
Yeah, sure. Hide.
Okay. Roll animal handling.
Okay.
Anybody else doing dragon training? Because
I was planning on doing that.
a
Yeah.
very fun montage.
Can
Pretty
Pod
good animal handling.
enroll Boone into Marta's animal training class?
Part
Sure.
of you also train Boone.
Yeah, it's
Because
fun.
Pod knows
Sure.
Pod won't be able to do this.
Cool.
Boone's
Yes.
gonna learn to listen. All right, so everybody is doing this. We'll narrate it in a second because I think it's very fun. Roll animal handling.
That is a 16. My animal handling is a +5, so that is a 21.
Wow.
Got
Oh,
it.
wow.
I also have +5 animal handling, so I got
Hey.
17.
Okay.
Oh no.
Gladness.
I got an 8.
Okay. So Pod, as you sit off to this, you guys have made camp one evening, and Pod, as you sit off to the side, making fire bombs and wrapping them carefully, putting them into your very large backpack. Marta is off to one side of the camp with Boone and Clementine, and then Gladness and what was your dragon's name? Kieran. And Leo and Sparrow are doing some training. Marta and Leo, you can solidify one command tonight.
Hide.
Okay.
I assume
The important one.
And
Boone's just
Boone,
going to
too,
learn the same one that Marta's teaching.
They can both climb up her back and hide in the backpack. That's fine.
I mean, hide is exactly what Pod would have wanted anyway, so that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, he'll learn the same thing.
Leo's gonna teach Sparrow fetch, but it's not gonna be her throwing something and it fetching. It's her pointing at something and it fetches it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you three of them sort of nail this down. Boone and Clementine both hiding in various places in Marta's backpack. Boone taking to like climbing up a tree and like hiding in the branches for a little bit, which it seems to think is very funny. And Sparrow picking up pretty quickly, being able to sort of discern. I think the hardest thing is Sparrow being able to figure out what you're pointing at. So it brings back the right thing. But yeah, you get it. Gladness, what are you trying to teach Kieran to do?
I'm trying to teach Kieran to harmonize with me.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know that we've talked about. Does Gladness play instruments?
Yes, he does. He plays, his favorite is a lute, but he also plays a lyre and a harpsichord, but he doesn't carry a harpsichord around.
I would imagine not. Okay, you have a lute. I assume so. You pick out some notes and sing. And Kieran is very happy to sing along with you. But it's just every time this sort of very loud screeching noise. It's kind of like a ah! Like he's yelling. And you stop him and you like play a note and you play sort of one of the harmonizing notes. And you start to sing, and he kind of nods his little head along as you strum, and then he just screams.
I'll work on that one more later. Good job, like, knowing that you're supposed to sing, though.
He just
Positive
sits there.
reinforcement, right, Leo?
He sits there looking extremely proud of himself. He's like just a haughty little guy. It's like, I've done it. So he doesn't talk.
Cute.
Okay. Yeah, so You all have made camp this one night. I'll say you've made it out. It's been a few days. You've made it out. Ooh, I lost my map. You've made it out of the green fields and up the road, sort of out of the fields, out of the plateaus, and you're getting into a little bit more forest. There are more sort of rock formations and things like that. And I think you've found a shallow. You barely would call it a cave. It's more of an alcove, really, but kind of a shallow cave that's been kind of eroded out over time of one of these rock faces just off the main road. You've sort of tied up the horses for the night and are starting to make camp.
Marta'll take first watch.
Okay. So you sit around, have dinner, sit around the fire for a while. I don't know that I ever said like a season. It's autumn. So it gets a little chilly at night, but it's not too bad. No snow or anything yet, because you're still pretty far south on the Sword Coast. So Marta offers to take first watch. The rest of you hang out around camp or lay down, get some rest on your bedrolls. Marta, go ahead and make me a perception check.
14 plus 3, 17.
Okay. That seems about right. Marta. The sun's gone down, and you are sitting near the campfire that you all have made at the mouth of this cave, writing in your journal, probably. And it's very quiet except for the crackling of the fire. But then coming from the back of the cave, it's only about 30, 40 feet in or so, you think you hear something. At first, it kind of sounds like almost like dripping water. It happens a couple of times, and then it stops. And then it happens a couple more times, but closer to you.
Do I have a good spell for this? Sure. Marta will kind of squint back into the cave and cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. What's the saving throw on Fairy Fire?
It would be a dexterity saving throw. DC 13 is my DC.
Okay. What's your Fairy Fire look like?
It's fuchsia. Like Baz's hair.
Okay. You reach out and you sort of mutter under your breath, and you cast the Fairy Fire out, sort of over into the, avoiding your friends, I assume. You cast it out, and this sort of like sparkling fuchsia light, like a puff of glitter, covers part of the back of the cave. And as it falls, it doesn't seem to land on anything. But as it settles into the floor, so the dirt floor of the cave, you hear the sound again, and then you hear louder from in front of you this terrible, almost like a sucking sound as this mass of like dark red ooze starts to worm its way down from the ceiling of the cave and lands on the cave floor right in front of you. It's about as big as you are. And it starts to move.
We got ooze, y'all!
Toward you. And before we roll initiative, I think we should take a break.
Ah!
You thought you were safe. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us so far. We will be back in 5-10 minutes after we take a quick bio break, refresh our snacks or drinks and ourselves, and we will roll for initiative. So stick around. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready for battle. So, Marta, this sort of blood red ooze, about as big as you are, drops down from the ceiling about 10 feet in front of you, near your friends. You shout, "We've got ooze."
Y'all.
And you all either awake or are startled by Marta's cry, and you all see again this sort of blood red oozing creature using these pseudopods to pull itself across the cave floor towards Marta. And we should have brought the thing up. Are gonna roll initiative. Did I put your tokens somewhere? There they are.
Aha!
All right.
This must be a fucking epic ooze. This music is intense.
It's exciting.
I love it.
Very.
Love it.
Oh my god.
Grody. Grody
To the
looking,
max.
and it gets to roll initiative. Oh, bad. He's done bad. All right. So we got.
My thing says that no token was selected.
You
That's
gotta
fine.
click your token. That's all.
I can add it.
Yeah.
It's very good. I'm like, I don't want to
Gladness.
lose that initiative.
Hell yeah.
And Leo. All right.
Ooh.
Glad got
Got the spicy on that spicy watermelon.
21. Leo's got a 16. Okay. Okay. Is that everybody?
You're
Looks like it. This music is so dramatic. I can't take it seriously. They're all very dramatic. I do not half-ass combat music. They're all incredibly dramatic and I love them. Gladness. You're up first.
Yeah. So I guess I wake up with a jolt, and just because I wake up from a jolt, I'm gonna cast Hypnic Jerk because this is perfect.
Okay.
It is one of my new cantrips, and Strange things happened in the mind and body in the moment between waking and sleeping. One of the most common is being startled awake by a sudden feeling of falling. With a snap of your fingers, you trigger that sensation in a creature within range. The creature takes 2d6 force damage, unless it makes a successful wisdom saving throw. And I'm guessing wisdom is not a strong suit of this thing.
It's not its worst stat, but I would not call it its best by a long shot. All right, wisdom save. That's a 7, which is also what it rolled for initiative.
Does not save. So
okay.
2d6.
So it's going to take some damage. What kind of damage is it?
Force.
Oh, the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 6 and a 4.
Dang.
Yeah. So 10 damage.
All right, you let out this blast of force, and you can see this sort of like big ripple make its way through the ooze as some of this it looks like blood is really what it is. It looks like sort of half congealed blood sort of splatters across the cave wall. That is your action. Anything else? You muted.
I'm going to use my movement to stand up because I would rather not be prone.
Okay, so it's half your movement to stand up. So if you'd like to use the other half to back up or something, you can do that as well.
I would also like to back up because I'm a caster.
Okay, so you jump up from your bedroll and back sort of away towards the wall of the cave. Pod.
All right. Pod. Is anyone within 5 feet of it right now?
No.
Okay.
Marta's the closest, and Marta's about, what I say, like 15 feet away from it.
Oh, okay. I thought it dropped like right in front of me. I was like, well,
it's
shit.
It's like 10, 15 feet back, and it's kind of pulling itself towards you. But it's very slow, and it rolled bad, so.
Cool. Pod jumps up, sees what's going on, and is going to try to break line of sight with it, like ducking behind a stalagmite that might be equally as friendly
or
as
a
the last one
Marta.
that we met.
Marta is quite big.
Or a Marta.
Or a Marta.
Boulder. Yeah.
There's probably some like debris, like some boulders and stuff that are against the edge of the cave. Again, it's not very big. It's maybe like 40 feet back total. This is boulders and stuff.
All right. I mean, we'll even go towards like the mouth of the cave or something to duck out of sight. And
okay.
we'll bonus action try to hide.
Okay, go ahead.
It's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, you duck out of sight. Say behind, like toward the mouth of the cave, kind of near where Marta is, behind one of these like fallen boulders. It doesn't have eyes, so you can't tell whether or not it sees you, but you feel pretty confident it wasn't paying much attention to you.
And Pod will, I guess will. I always feel weird doing this, but I guess like once he's broken line of sight, we'll try to like come out from another angle and huck a psychic blade at it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can like duck behind one of these boulders, and then you give it a second, and then sort of pop up kind of over the top, and fling a psychic dagger its way. Roll for attack. Okay. Roll for attacking.
Do I have advantage?
Yes.
Well, that's a natural 20. I'm not gonna roll a second one unless if I get double 20s.
Oh wait, hang on. I might have fucked up. Nope. I didn't. I was right.
Okay.
Continue. Sorry, I read something wrong because I can't read.
Right. That is. I need more d6. I'm just gonna roll these in here because I don't want to do
That's fine. This is psychic damage?
Yes. So that's 21 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Well, you fling this psychic dagger over the top of the boulder, and it impacts sort of center mass. And you hear this like terrible this kind of gross, like squealing sound almost coming from it as the dagger hits, impacts, and then dissipates. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Leo.
Okay, I think I figured out the spell stuff.
Okay.
So wait, there's only one ooze?
Mm-hmm.
And no one's near it?
Not super close. Marta's about 10, 15 feet away.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Flaming Spear,
Okay.
which is a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save. Do I want to do this? Hold on.
The age-old question of getting halfway through a spell and going, wait.
I don't know how to play this game.
None of us do.
I still don't have the spells I want either prepared. I can't figure this out. It's fine. I guess I'll just cast this because it's what I have.
Okay. All right. So, does it have to make a saving throw? Let's see.
So I can cast it, and it's only if the creature ends its turn within the sphere. However, as a bonus action, I can move the sphere.
Okay.
And if I ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Would you like to do so?
Yes.
Okay, it is a dexterity saving throw. All right, pinball wizard. Dexterity, I would say, is also not very good at. That's an 11. I'm assuming that doesn't make it.
No.
Okay, so it will take your damage.
2d6 fire damage.
That's a good spell.
Which I've got a 4, so.
Okay, so you cast this ball of fire, sort of 5 feet across. It's like behind it, so it's away from Marta and everyone else, and then pull it towards you as it sort of rams into the side of this creature, and the flames kind of lick around it a little bit. Anything else?
Well, I'm gonna stand up because I was sleeping,
You can also stand.
and then I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, you stand up sort of more towards the back of the cave as you all slowly surround this thing, Marta.
All right. Marta's gonna hex it.
Okay. What would you like to hex?
The
Which stat?
ooze.
Which stat?
Strength.
Okay. So it has, what is it, disadvantage on strength checks?
Disadvantage on strength attacks. So ability checks.
Okay. All right. So you cast Hex.
Yep.
Anything
Which
else?
is bonus action. So I will cast an Eldritch Blast.
Roll it.
All right.
What is Eldritch Blast? Force damage?
Yep. That's a 21.
That hits.
Woot. So it's a D10 and a D6 for the hex. All right. Not bad. So 6 plus 5. So 6 force damage and 5 necrotic.
Okay. 11.
I have a question.
Sure.
It doesn't matter now because I already took my turn and have the spells I'm gonna have. But can I switch out cantrips too, or do those stay?
No, cantrips stay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
And then she's going to get the fuck back because also caster.
Sure. So Marta, you scramble back towards the mouth of the cave. Are you going your full, what do you have, 30 feet?
Oh, yeah, 30 feet.
Okay. So you move your full 30 feet back as you fire off an Eldritch Blast, and it, again, sort of impacts the side of this creature, and it's more of this, like, gelatinous gross red ooze sort of splatters across the cave wall as it continues to pull itself toward you, because it is its turn. I need 30-foot cone on Marta's side. I need Marta. I need Gladness. And I need Pod with advantage to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 2.
Okay.
That's a 21.
Okay. That's a
19.
success. That's a success. So Pod and Gladness succeed. Marta, you fail. As this creature continues to kind of pull itself across the cave floor, you see the ooze in the top half start to change shape, and it sort of sucks in on itself and creates kind of this like large maw, like this large mouth almost, and you see it mimicking like an inhale and an exhale, as some of its own ooze sort of sprays forth out of this mouth that it has created towards the three of you in a big ol' cone. That is... There we go. Marta, you are going to take 22 acid damage.
Okay.
Gladness and Pod, you take 11. Marta, the ooze sort of hits you center mass, and you feel it very quickly sort of snake around your torso, and you fly through the air as it jerks you 30 feet straight towards it, like with this huge, long, it's like a tongue or like a tentacle, just sort of wraps around you and yanks you back into the cave, directly into the face of this creature, if it had a face. And then, like, come on.
Can I use a reaction?
Yes.
I would like to use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. That's a saving throw.
Yep, that
Which
is
kind?
Dex.
Oh, it's bad, those. That's 16.
That saves.
Okay, so I think it takes half.
It does.
Damage?
So that's 2d10. And then have that.
Marta should get like an acid resistance thing.
17. So half of 17. That would be half of 17 is 8.5, so it would take 8 damage.
I usually round up, so
9. Okay.
So 9, and it's going to take half of that.
And that's fire damage.
Yes, so it's going to take, as you let out this blast of fire, it's going to take 5 of those, and the fire sort of wreaths around it and then very quickly dissipates. You can hear it sort of making that same like squealing noise, so it doesn't leave any like scorch marks or anything on it, as it yanks Marta directly in front of it, and then on the side of it sort of forms one large pseudopod, which Gladness is going to strike out at you because you just tried to burn it very bad. Does a 25 hit you? I bet it does. You take 6.
Is it pseudopod based on strength? Is that ability check, that attack?
That's not an ability check, it's an attack roll.
Damn it, okay.
Unfortunately.
That's okay. I'm trying.
You are gonna take 6 bludgeoning and 14 acid damage. As a second pseudopod wraps around your waist and you grappled.
I'm 2 under.
You're unconscious.
Gladness falls
Yes.
unconscious. So as the pseudopod sort of hits Gladness center mass like right in the chest and goes to wrap around him, he falls. And the pseudopod just kind of lets go, snakes back in to the ooze. Gladness, make a death saving throw.
Oh yeah, because it's my turn, huh? It's a nat 20.
Oh, you're
Oh,
up!
so that's 2 successes,
You're
right?
up! No, you're
no,
up!
That's
you
full
come
up.
back
You're
with
up
one hit point.
Oh.
So Gladness, you feel it. You feel this impact. You feel the acid sort of burning along your arms and sort of eating through the tunic that you are wearing. And you fall to your knees and catch yourself on your arms. And just as you start to sort of fall unconscious, you shake your head and just hang on to like whatever last little bit of consciousness you have left. But you're awake and you have 1 hit point. But that's your whole turn.
That's my turn.
It's a pretty damn good turn,
Yeah.
I would say. Pod. Gladness just
Yikes.
almost died.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Not go anywhere near this thing. Are both Gladness and Marta by it, or is it just Glad?
They are both... No, Gladness did not move.
Okay. I do remember who
So
got
Gladness
pulled and who
Gladness is still away from it. It was going to grapple you, sort of got cocky when it thought you were dead. And so so you're not grappled. I'll give you that one. But it has Marta grappled, and Marta is right up on it in melee range.
Then Pod will just try hucking a dagger, a psychic dagger, and again it manifests in Pod's hand, just hurls it again.
Okay, yeah, roll your attack.
All right.
Wow, this thing does a lot of damage. Whoops.
That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. With sneak attack.
Yes. Because Marta is there. You're not
technically threatening it.
You are not technically grappled or anything. You've just been pulled into its vicinity. Essentially, it's not like restraining you or anything.
Yeah, I think it just says that she can't be incapacitated as long as she's
Yeah,
within
yeah.
5 feet and isn't incapacitated.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to clarify because the grappling only happens on like a specific thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but you're not
that's-
grappled or anything. But yeah, Marta will count for sneak attack.
That's 19 points of psychic damage.
Jiminy Christmas!
I roll a 6 and a 4 on that. I rolled some.
It had 19 hit points left.
Did it really?
Oh my god.
I should screenshot this. Yeah. So you throw the psychic dagger, and it flies, Marta, I think, right past the tip of your ear, and you hear it sort of whistle through, flipping over itself, and sort of hits center mass in this ooze. And do the daggers, like, what do they look like? So you can see them. Do they have they don't have true physical form, but do they glow? Or,
No, I was imagining. I mean, it's gotta be purple, so it's
yeah, they're
my
purple,
aesthetic.
obviously.
So, but I was actually imagining they look like sharpened, big, dragon scales.
Okay. So this almost as if it came from an amethyst dragon, which is a thing now. Thanks, Fizbands. You fling this sharpened dragon scale, this faintly glowing purple sort of hits it, and the energy from it, you can kind of see as it was already starting to lose its form and kind of struggle to hold its form together a little bit. That purple energy kind of overtake the red, and it kind of ripples through, and the ooze, you can see these big ripples start to form in it as it kind of spreads out and starts to deconstitute. And then all at once, Marta, the tendril that is around your waist, you feel it release, and it just, it has completely liquefied, just kind of falls down into the ground, and this dark red, blood stain spreads out over the cavern floor.
Pod also
and I
didn't
kill anybody.
Pod also had immediately ducked down, did not even wait to see if the blade hit, just kind of ducked back down behind the boulder, and is just still cowering behind there, waiting for the next blast of acid.
Glad goes, yeah, fuck that thing, and then passes out stably.
Very stable with your 1 hit point. Gladys falls unconscious.
Leo rushes over to Gladness. And cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Is it dead?
Go ahead and roll your healing.
I think so. It's just a big puddle now.
The fuck was that?
That
guys wanna-
is
Oh yeah, go ahead.
on 6.
Okay. Gladness Leo casts some healing magic into you. You heal for 6 points.
Yeah.
Do you guys want
the
to try
same
to
amount
figure
of
out
hit
what it
points
was?
now?
I did Marta real dirty then too. Do you guys want to try to figure out what it is?
Sure.
This is an Arcana.
Oh, I don't know.
If anybody wants to roll an Arcana check.
Will do.
Since Glad's not at least fine now, I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, you're awake.
Fine.
I got
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
I got 16.
Okay.
I'm not rolling good today.
I think between the two of you, you can get a little bit of a sense of what's going on here. So I think Leo, I think it's pretty easy for you to figure out that this is some kind of ooze, like capital O ooze. There are several different kinds of these that exist out there. They are very magical creatures. They tend to slurp around, sort of dissolving everything in their path for sustenance. But Gladness, I think, as the two of you sort of sit there and talk back and forth a little bit, this one is a little different. A lot of oozes come from like magical experiments, and they're generally sort of like, they're not really like natural creatures for the most part. They are usually created for some kind of purpose, usually to eat everything in their path. But I think as you look down and you sort of examine what's left of the thing on the ground, it doesn't just look like blood. It looks like most of what constituted this ooze was some kind of creature's blood.
Ew. Gross.
Gross, Fizban.
Can I tell what kind of creature or no when I've had to roll higher?
I'm trying to think. What did you roll? 16?
Mhm.
I think there are probably some pieces that between you and Leo you can put together. I think it strikes you, both of you, that it did very much sort of form a maw and use a
Breath weapon!
a weird sort of breath weapon against you. Like maybe if it had been big and had wings, it might have breathed fire on you or something. It kind of looked like a dragon, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you could puzzle that out.
Who's trying to make dragon oozes?
You think there's any
Dragons are
more
scary
in there?
enough. God, I hope not. Should
Maybe
we like just go
wanna-
sleep outside?
Maybe we want to move away from the cave.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
almost died again.
Just second degree burns, like covering the entire front of her body. Yeah, not fun. Maybe I should get some rest. Does somebody else want to take watch?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Pod.
Thanks, Pod.
Yeah. Oh, Boone.
You hear some squeaking from little puppy cries from Marta's backpack. Where your little guys have gone to hide because there was danger, and Marta taught them so. The baby dragons are all fine. Nobody worry. They're fine.
All right, come on, buddy. Pod goes to find a tree to climb up into to keep watch.
Okay. You climb up into a tree. Anything you guys want to do? Any conversations you want to have before you actually try to sleep this time? I can delete this ugly thing off the screen. Get him away.
Dragon blood is no joke. No joke at all. Also, are there things that can make it so acid doesn't hurt you as bad? Is that a thing? Maybe I can buy something like that. Okay, love you. XS, go sleep.
Turns out that might be a good idea. Whoops.
I'm gonna talk to Leo for a second. Hey, Leo?
Mm-hmm.
I almost died twice in the past week.
Yeah, you should probably stop doing that.
I'm not doing it on purpose. This is new for me, like fighting in general. Unless somebody punches me in the face first and I try to get like a leg sweep to like just get out of there while they fall down. You know, that's not new. But this is new. Feeling weird about it.
Mm-hmm. So just stop almost dying.
I would love to. I just wanted to tell you something, I guess. If make sure Kieran's okay if I die.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
I mean, you're not gonna die. I won't let that happen, but...
No, of course not. I'm definitely not gonna die. But just make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go sleep by that tree. Because I really feel like I need to sleep sitting up with my back against something.
Mm-hmm.
So, have a good night.
Yeah,
I'll see
you
in the
too.
morning.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Gladness, you also make your way out of the cave. You put your back up against the tree that Pod has climbed up in, and pretty quickly doze off, I think. Anybody else?
Pod just spends the night now trying to drop small leaves and twigs down onto Gladness's head, and sees how many that they can pile up before Glad notices.
It's
More
like
than you would think.
Could be a small bonfire on top of his head.
Okay, so Pod, you're taking watch. Roll a perception check.
Alrighty. I'm okay at these. Hell, I'll do it. Oh, it's a 6. 17.
Okay.
I used one of my psychic energy dice.
Okay. You keep watch for what's left of the night. Once I was gonna say very late, but pretty early. Once it's getting toward sunrise, you do see a couple of riders on horseback pass by. You're sort of far enough back in the trees and everything that they don't see you. but two of them in sort of heavier plate armor make their way past. They don't stop. They don't acknowledge you or anything or act as if they've seen you. They continue on north on the road. But other than that, it's a quiet night.
Did they get their plates or anything? Like,
They looked like they were iron.
Damn it. Yeah, you I think you noticed that they're wearing this sort of heavier one of them is wearing chain, one of them is wearing like full plate. And traveling in that, especially on horseback, I mean, I think you would know, not an easy feat. That shit is heavy. And these are big horses. You have like Clydesdale size horses that are carrying these two. But they're wearing tabards sort of over their armor. And there's a big symbol on them of a gauntlet, a closed gauntlet that is holding a sword.
cool.
I don't know that you've ever seen it before.
Probably not.
Yeah, they ride on to the north.
Hops down. All right, time to wake up.
Oh, Pod on my head.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you were down there.
Like,
Just like leaves and twigs and stuff all.
yeah, just like
Gladness, your hair is a disaster.
I spend half an hour getting the stuff out and trying to braid it.
And Pod learns their lesson after having to wait.
You wait for Gladness to fix his hair.
Gotta believe it.
Oh, there were some pretty quiet last night. There were some riders going past.
Did me and Marta get long rests?
Yes, everybody gets along.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not that mean.
Okay. Well, it's brighter and earlier than we usually head out, but are we gonna just go ahead and keep going?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's just be on the lookout, because like I said, there were a couple people that rode past a little bit ago.
Did they look mean?
I mean, it was hard to tell under all the armor that they were wearing.
Okay, so they looked mean. Got it.
Sure.
Did they look like cultists?
I don't know. They had a symbol on their armor, like a hand holding a sword.
Would any of us be familiar with this symbol?
A couple of you might be Podno. Leo and Gladness roll history checks.
History, yeah.
That is a 19.
That is a 4.
Gladness, you have no idea what he's talking about. Leo, the memory strikes you though, because the symbol of sort of a gauntlet holding a sword, Onthar, family friend of yours, used to wear this. He had sort of a symbol. He's a paladin functionally. So he would wear his holy symbol and also another symbol of sort of a silver gauntlet closed, holding up a sword, because he was a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. It's an order of knights and paladins, some clerics, generally sort of big, rough and tumble people. Their whole deal is sort of chivalry and protection, but they're essentially an order of fighters and protectors that sort of exist around the Sword Coast. But Onthar was a member. that's how he was first introduced to your family.
So I think I know what that is, like who they were.
Should we be worried about them?
Are they good guys or are they bad guys?
Oh, they're good guys. Like for the most part, as far as I know, they're good guys. I mean, the person I knew who worked for them was a good guy, so, or it was part of their order at least. Explains what Savvy just said.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that
maybe-
guy.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's more of them where we're going. That's good, right?
Could be.
That's a bit
think
on
the-
the nose as far as branding goes, right? Like,
I think the word that comes to mind for them is righteous.
like
They're
not
those
very
kinds.
evocative. Like, what does a gauntlet even do?
Hit gauntlets.
It keeps your hand protected.
So it's like
Ah,
Order
so
of the
it keeps-
Glove.
Keeps the things that are useful protected.
Like your hand?
Yes.
Order of the Fancy Metal Glove.
Cool. So let's all get fancy metal gloves and they'll never know that we aren't part of them. I am being facetious, Marta.
Would a fancy metal glove keep me from getting burnt by acid?
Maybe.
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 I probably couldn't wear the full thing though, because then I couldn't like do the stuff the bass taught me. I don't know.
There's other stuff that could probably protect you from acid that isn't metal, but we can. But let's get to town and we can see what they have.
Okay.
All right. Onward and upward. But mostly onward. As you set out, the rest of your journey, because I've traumatized you enough, is easy. It's easy riding. It gets a little hilly the farther north you go, but again, you're going by wagon, so you're not going too far. But you make the rest of the 200 or so mile journey to Elturel.
Marta has named the horses. They're
Okay.
Killer Queen and Radio Gaga.
Oh wait, I wanted to name one.
Oh, that's fine. I'll stick with Killer Queen then.
That makes sense.
Killer Queen and
Leaf.
Leaf.
What a pair.
Is it spelled Leif or Leaf?
Yes.
Both.
Leif.
Leaf.
Leaf.
Leaf. Okay.
Leaf.
So
It's
Leaf.
Elf. Yeah,
Don't-
it's-
please
Wait,
don't
no,
please don't
it's-
moon this horse.
It's Leaf
Leaf.
Leaf, and the first one is spelled Leaf, and the second one is spelled Leif.
I love it. All right.
makes sense.
Leaf and Killer Queen. Somebody please write that down. Because I'm nose deep in this book right now. Take you the rest of the way to Elturel. You can see the city. It's much larger than Greenest was. Not quite the size. Any of you who either lived or have been to sort of the major cities, so your Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, that kind of thing, not quite as big, but still pretty much constitutes a city rather than a town. Elturel, as you approach, you can see from at least a mile away. It is a very orderly city that overlooks the river here. It is I don't remember what the river is called, but it's the main, I'll look it up. It's the main river that sort of constitutes the trade routes. It flows from west to east, or not from west to east. Looking at a map in my brain. Yes. That one. From east to west and sort of out into the sea. So from here, straight over towards Baldur's Gate, essentially, and it's used as a trade route. It overlooks the river, but the most distinguishing feature of the city are these hovering, they almost look like fairy lights. These sort of thousands of just floating magical lights that hover almost like they're carpeting above the city. You can see them from very far away. They illuminate the city at night, and you make your way in. It is a very orderly city. It is mostly merchants and traders and markets. It's all set out on a grid. Everything's very orderly, very organized. As you make your way in to this main sort of entrance plaza, there is music playing. There is sort of a small band that is set up in one corner of this plaza. There are at least 3 taverns sort of just within eyesight of you, and you made it to the big city. You've done it. What would you like to do? Some
Shopping!
Let's go shopping.
All right. Here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sharing this to you with all of you because I feel like I'd be inconvenienced if you died. We should split this evenly. Buy things to keep from dying. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just things to keep from dying. Absolutely.
And they
Just
be
things-
pretty?
Sure.
Well, if they help us not die, but they look nice, is that okay?
You know what? Whatever you want to do. I'm doing my part. I've grappled with this pretty much the whole trip of keeping what I found, but I'm going to share
So sweet of you,
Aw.
Pod.
with you. Because I'm an altruist. So, we should also ask around to see if anybody has seen Leosin or any of the refugees from Greenest.
Agreed.
Or if anyone's seen any of the cultist types, 'cause maybe they're looking around to start some trouble.
Maybe let's listen for that one instead of asking outright.
Yeah, at least until we talk to Leosin and figure out what the deal is in this city. In case they're all
I don't think the
cultists.
cultists are going to go around saying, "Woo, I'm a cultist." So I don't.
No.
What am I listening for?
Listening
I
for
don't know.
people
You guys
talking.
met Longadrosa.
That's true,
I
we
mean,
did
what
know
if the whole
100%.
city is cultists and they're all like, hey, we love dragons and we want dragons to eat everyone?
Or if the cultists have tendrils throughout, inner workings of the city. We don't want to outright be like, hey, has anybody seen the bad cultists? Then we might get in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
You think the cultists have tendrils like the oozes did?
Connections. Try to be literal. Connections throughout the city.
Right. Okay.
All right. And Pod hops back into the wagon because he doesn't want to do this out in the middle of the street with everyone, and starts taking things out and portioning them out to people.
What's the split?
I have.
What?
Well, hold on. Should we all add what we have?
Yeah,
into
why don't
that?
we just add what we have and split it? Can we just liquefy our gems and stuff at
And
this point?
split out. Yeah. Can we say we find a fence for the gems and liquefy it?
I think
Or are we not going to
Going-
get a 1-to-1 on that?
no. I'm going to say yes. I think there was something. There's something specific that I'm thinking of that has a value if sold to the right collector, but I don't think.
I can read off what I have if you want me to.
Yeah,
Is it
please
the
do.
scabbards?
So I have I have 1 amethyst gem worth 30 gold pieces, 5
Mhm.
scabbards, 1
Mhm.
string of pearls worth 300 gold,
Mhm.
1 gold ring with sapphires worth 900, and 6 cut stones worth 100 each.
Okay. No, you can you can just take those one for one, take the gold value. Not going to make you. There's a ton of merchants and fences and all kinds of stuff in this city. It's relatively easy to get basically what they're worth for selling them. So just take those as gold.
So how much gold does everyone have for me to add to this?
260.
510.
10.
God, you guys have so much money.
All right, so if I divide it 4 ways, that's 927 and a half each.
Just say 928.
Okay, 928 each.
That's a lot of money.
That is
a lot of money.
Wow.
Holy shit.
We can set ourselves right.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna retire here. Good seeing you all. Catch you later.
Y'all, we had enough to have at least 2 platinum pieces.
More than that.
It's a conversion rate.
Oh,
It's
is
it's 100
Is it
gold
100?
to platinum.
It's
Oh.
100 or is it 10?
It's-
That was
I think
it.
it's
1 to
just
10.
10.
1 to 10. So I.
Oh,
92
wow.
It just said 10 gold is a platinum.
Yeah,
So-
92
So-
platinum.
92
I-
platinum.
I am gonna deal in gold
Gold.
because that's just the easiest thing to do. There might be some copper, there might be some silver, anything like if you guys are shopping or anything like buying that, I'm just gonna do like a flat like number of gold because I don't like doing math. Even though I'm sitting here running dungeons and goddamn dragons. That's not the fun math. So we'll just do flat golds. I don't think Pod, when you were looting, you didn't get any silver, copper.
No,
anything,
I
don't
just
think.
got gold.
Okay, I'm anything that's in the book as like silver or copper, I'm just gonna make it into gold pieces, or we're just gonna do gold because that's just the easiest thing for me to do.
I like that. And Pod does specifically, in the fiction of all of this, because she wanted it, 300 gold pieces of one of these is the string of pearls. If Leo wants to keep that instead of selling it, that is her share, and she can do what she wants with it.
I won't keep it.
You can just buy another string of pearls.
A magical string of pearls.
Perhaps.
With hookers and blackjack.
Oh my
Alright. Delete all this shit out of my inventory now.
Okay, so everybody has how much gold?
928.
928.
That does not,
928.
the one thing that doesn't take into consideration is the silver dragon scabbards, because I didn't have those before. So that
Okay.
those were
Those
have 5
are-
of those.
Yes, they're worth about 5 gold a piece again because they're mostly it's just a leather sort of scabbard. It's really the silvered, like it's like a silver plated like dragon kind of. Filigree is not the word that I'm looking for because it's separate from.
Do we keep those to be
The
part
thing,
of
but-
disguises?
Yeah, I mean, Pod's played WoW, so I think Pod will. They're only worth the 25 gold, so we'll hold on to them in case we find a quest that we needed to a fetch quest to get 5 of those for. We can trade that
They
in.
would be pretty good as disguise pieces too.
Yeah, that too.
That's true. Okay,
One for each
so
of
you
us,
hold
and
on
one
to
for one
those.
of our horses.
and one for Boone if you put him in a cloak again.
There you go.
All right. You have 928 gold apiece. You reach the city of El Terrell just as the sun is starting to set and the markets are coming alive. What would you like to do? Let's do something that's not me almost killing you.
God.
I guess if we do it right.
Well, yeah, that's true. This is the City of Merchants. But it's still got that like kind of small town feel, even though it's pretty big, you know?
Newly renovated, like.
Now you walk into the bar and everybody knows your name.
How did they know my name? Kill them.
Is that still irrelevant? Can
Kill
I still make Cheers references?
No, you can't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Norm. What would you like to do?
Buy stuff.
You go shopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shopping. Okay.
Shopping.
So I've posted in the Discord for your perusal, which I know a couple of you had already asked me about specific things that you wanted to buy. The regular tables, these are just out of the player's handbook. They're pinned to the Discord. There's the table for weapons, armor, adventuring gear, all of like your standard gear, all of your kits, all of your packs. So like healers kits, poisoners kits, that kind of thing, thieves tools, that kind of thing. And then like dungeoneers packs and things. I'm just going to go off those tables for those from the player's handbook. So if you want to buy any of that stuff, it's just going to be the standard price out of the book, unless you can, obviously interact with merchants and talk them down, that kind of thing. There's also the big magic item table. If there's something specific that you sort of want and you don't want to go sifting through the table, we can talk about it. And then I've posted I'm just using the pricing table for magic items straight out of the Dungeon Master's Guide. There's a range for every rarity of item, and depending on how you interact with the merchant, maybe they'll give you a good deal. We'll see. So, does anybody know what they want to buy?
Raw the Pack Keeper.
A Rod of the Pact Keeper. An excellent start. Let me pull that up.
It's uncommon for +1. They all give an extra spell slot, but the pluses add to DCs and spell attacks. And all
give me my favorite website, Dungeon, aka Don John.
Don John.
Is that under? That is uncommon.
Uncommon.
Okay.
For +1.
There it is. Rather pack keeper +1. This will be attunement. Yes. Marta, as all of you, you stay in a group, but kind of split up to some of the different shops. There's a lot of window displays here, so a lot of shops with like wooden doors that are sort of crunched in amidst these like huge bay windows with like displays set up. And there is a sort of magical oddities shop that has a couple of these staves that are set out on display. And Marta, one catches your eye. It looks like a sort of like a dark wooden, almost like an oak wood. It looks like a walking stick. But at the top there is this thick like gold band that is holding in place just a bunch of baubles that are all on different like little very thin like leather straps. There are like some gems and like some little golden baubles and like a couple of bells, and it's all very like colorful, and I think it catches your eye, and you make your way. I'm just really resisting the urge to like name all of these shops because I don't know that you guys will ever come back to this city. But you make your way into this sort of magical oddities shop, and the proprietor, the owner, is sort of an older elven woman, very tall, thin. She has this very, very long, like waist length gray hair, and sort of smiles as you make your way in. Oh, welcome. Anything catch your eye?
I really kind of like that rod over there. That one with like the little bells and gems and things.
Oh, yes. Quite a nice piece, that one. Are you, magically inclined?
Yeah, I like to think so.
You seem the type.
Thanks.
Well, it is a favorite of mine. I could let it go. Oh, I would say 300 gold pieces.
Do you mind if I consult with some of my associates?
Oh, of course, dearie. We're open very late on the weekends.
Great, I'll be right back. Goes outside, finds someone.
Pod was
Leo,
also
Pod?
probably going was like falling behind, so it's just like right there. She just
He just
like,
runs
right
into
over.
her shins.
You
Yeah.
trip over Pod.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pod. Are you okay?
It's like the 8th time that's happened since we got here. So, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm sorry. I kind of want that rod thing, and she says she can give it to me for 300 gold. Is that a good price?
What's it do?
So it lets my spells be like real strong, and it lets me do one more like every day.
Okay. So you never pay the price that they ask for.
Okay. Gets out her tone. Never
Step
pay
1.
the asking price. Okay.
Decide how much you want it.
I mean, I think it's real important, so it's probably at the top of my list.
Okay. So the second step is you give them another price that's less than what they said before.
Okay.
All right.
So
Depending
if she
on how
said
much-
300, then I should say...
If you want it real bad, then it should be kind of close to what she said, but not like
175.
Sure, that's a good place to start, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then she's going to give you another number, and then you give her a number that's a bit closer. Okay? And you
Okay,
do
so
that
she says
until...
like 250, and then I say 200.
Yeah. And then you see, if she won't come down, then you steal it.
I've never stolen anything before.
Or I guess you can just keep negotiating. Either one. The stealing it option is just kind of always like option B.
Right.
Okay. But you should decide how much that you want to pay for it. Like the maximum you're willing to pay for it. If she won't come below that, then you steal it.
Well, I mean, I have the gold, so I was okay with 300. I wasn't sure if that was a good price.
You don't let her know that you have the gold. Act like you don't have enough for it.
Oh, okay. So all I've got's 250.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be
Thanks.
nearby.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I'll be listening.
Okay.
Okay. So Pod, you start to peruse the magical oddities shop. Marty,
is
you make your way
picking
back up to the counter.
Like everything and like inspecting.
Just
it,
touching
but-
everything.
Touching everything.
Of course you are.
Hi, I'm back.
Oh, good.
Well, it's real nice. I was thinking maybe like I buy something else and maybe I pay for that 175.
Oh, a bundle. Well, what else were you thinking of buying?
Well, I saw that cloak over there, the shiny one that protects you from things.
I assume you mean a cloak of protection. Pull up, dang. Gotta pull up my
uncommon, too.
dang. Remember what all the shit does. Also uncommon. Oh, well, that was quite a nice piece as well. I don't know that I could let them go for that little. All together, the cloak and the rod. I could let them go for 400.
Looks over to Pod. How about 350?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. because so much scheming and planning went into this, and Marta's trying really hard. You're
Pause on
muted
the other
now.
side, like out of sight, and just being like,
Okay, I will take the 14 plus persuasion. That's a 17.
Okay. You said, what'd you say, 350?
350.
She nods, kind of thinks for a second. All right, you got yourself a deal.
Great.
Shakes her hand. Would you like me to wrap them up?
No, I think I'll wear them out.
All right, I'll just take the tags off for you then. Now you have a good night, dear.
Thank you. I did it.
good job.
I haggled.
Yeah, you probably could have got it. It's a good first try. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty fucking
No,
good
it's a
deal.
very good deal. Like, Val's sitting here like, that's a steal.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Pod goes up to the counter with a arm just full of stuff that he has no intention of buying, but just sets it all on the counter and says, I'll take all of it.
Oh, what kind of stuff?
There's the stuff that Pod actually wants. Well, there are three things I was looking at, but I probably won't get all three.
Okay.
There's the Gloves of Thievery, which is uncommon.
Okay.
Gives a +5 to sleight of hand and lockpicking. The Cloak of Elven Kind, which gives
That's the stealthy one, right?
yeah, perception checks of disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide.
Okay.
And a bag of holding were the three things that Pod was like really interested in. But there's also like there's a like a couple of scrolls and like a wand and some gems and a bag
Okay.
of tricks.
Big spender. All right. Well, all told, I can probably let all this go for about 3,000 gold.
3,000. I don't know. The other vendor across the street told me they give it to me for 2,000. So
Marta's in the corner watching, just like taking furious notes.
Oh, dearie, the other vendor across the street is a food stand that sells pierogies.
well,
She's
guess
like
he's,
800 years old.
Well, I guess he's cutting in on your business. So, you know what? Maybe. He said he'd give me the summon of it. Like, Pod's committing to it fully. Like, not even has his own script in his head.
Sure.
I'll take these off and like pushes some of the stuff to the side. And just the bag of and the cloak and the gloves.
Okay.
Really thinks on the bag of tricks for a little bit.
I'll allow it if you
God,
pay
I
for
hate
it.
that item. I don't want to buy it as a.
I love it. I think it's great. I'll allow it.
No, Pod doesn't want that kind of responsibility. Can barely handle one pet. Thinks on that for a bit, then moves it aside. These three.
All right. So the bag, the gloves, and the cloak. All together, if you buy the three, I could give you a bit of a bundle discount. 900 gold.
I'd be willing to pay 600.
Well, I'd be willing to kick you right out of my shop for lowballing me.
Well, I guess I could take my business elsewhere then. Like, it's just like knocks his coin pouch, which like jingles with the gold coins. I suppose I'll look somewhere else.
Roll persuasion.
This isn't gonna go well.
No.
That's a 2.
Total?
Total. Well, it's a 3 minus 1.
She laughs and says, I know your type. You're not fooling anybody. And if you're going to stand around giving your friends advice on haggling, you shouldn't do it in the door of the shop they're going to walk in.
Well, you got me there.
Now, all 3 of these items are handmade and enchanted here in this shop. But like your spunk, $7.50.
You made them all yourself?
Yes. I've been around a very long time.
Have you ever thought about branding?
Honey, people like you walk into my shop every day. I don't need branding.
Okay, $7.50.
You take good care of these. Why don't you try on the cloak before you leave? It might need hemming.
Thank you.
I'll sew it up for you. Shouldn't take more than a minute.
Pod gets really sheepish because now is just reminded of his mother and doesn't want to fight with this lady anymore.
He tries the cloak on. She very, very quickly and skillfully just hems it right up for you. And this is a magical cloak, so that's not an easy thing to do. Pod probably knows that. Yeah, all right, there you go.
Could you do one other thing for me? I'd be willing to pay a little bit more if it...
What do you need?
It looks a little fancy. Could you make it look more like my old cloak?
I think the blue looks very nice on you, but I think I can take out the filigree to just be a plain sort of navy.
Maybe sew some patches on it.
Are you using your old cloak? Well, I could use the fabric from that. Might be more comfortable for you.
No, that works.
All right, give me a few minutes. She takes your old cloak, pieces it out, and uses it to make some patches, sews them on to the Cloak of Elvenkind, hands it back to you. More your style.
Yes, thank you.
No charge.
I'm sure we'll be back. I have some friends that might want to come here too. What was your name again?
Blanche.
Thank you, Blanche.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
Bow to me. And you leave. Okay. So that's Marta and Pod. Gladness and or Leo. What you looking for?
Well, I was also looking for the cloak of protection.
Okay.
But I was also, well, it depends on how much this one is. But I was looking at the Staff of the Woodlands, which is a rare item.
Okay. Ooh.
So that might be too pricey for me.
Let me look at it. That one's a +2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be pretty expensive.
Yeah, I
Let's
figured.
see. Leo, I think you make your way down the street a little ways past this oddities shop that Marta and Pod have gone into. And you see what is more of it's less a shop. It's sort of parked at the corner of one of the crossroads in the plaza, and it's like a big cart that has it's very tall, and it's got like the doors on the back are like flung open, and growing all over it are like vines and ivy, and there is a person sitting on a stool, sort of in the street, sort of at the end of the cart. They are a little bit younger, sort of long, very, very long, blonde hair, all kinds of like braids and beads and things in it. And they have a lot of stuff just like shoved into this cart. There's cloaks and there's armor and there's some like weapons in here, there's some staves, all kinds of things. And I think they catch your eye.
Yeah, some cool looking stuff here.
Oh. Well, I found most of it myself, so.
Wow.
Anything catch your eye?
Leah kind of like looks at her own staff that she has with her, and then looks at kind of the other staffs and points to the staff of the woodlands and is just like, what's that one do?
Oh man. Well, if you're into the nature kind of thing, let me tell you. That one's for you. You a magic type? Well, you seem like it. You walk around with staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good for natural types like us. Gives you a big boost to your magic. All kinds of stuff. Growing spells, healing spells, even some of the nastier stuff, I guess, if that's your thing.
Wow. How much is it?
Oh, it's a pretty rare piece. I don't think I could let it go for less than 2,500.
Right. Well, how about just like something that will like protect me that I can wear?
Oh yeah, I got a few of those. I got a couple of cloaks. I got a couple of rings too, if the shiny stuff is more your style.
Ooh, how much is a ring?
Oh, I'll probably hit you about 400. Cloak is cheaper because it's easier to make.
And would you happen to sell like bags of holding or anything like that?
Oh, I got quite a few things. I got bags, I got backpacks, I got handy haversacks if that's your thing as well. The enchanted bags, probably the most expensive. I could let that go for probably 250.
$250 plus 400 is $650. Yeah, okay.
All right. So you want to do the ring and the bag?
Yeah.
The rings, I got a couple of different colors. I got some with gemstones. I also got some wood ones that my brother carved. So yeah, take a pick.
I think she just picks out like a simple, like silver banded ring with like a little light blue gemstone in it.
Okay. And they hand over a bag as well. It's like a fine, sort of soft, like leather knapsack, essentially. Okay. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that was it.
Well, all right. Pleasure doing business with you. I won't be on this corner tomorrow. I'll be 2 blocks over. But if you're looking for anything else, come find me.
Okay, will do. What was your name?
Marty.
Marty. Nice to meet you. I'm Leo.
Nice to meet you, Leo. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any shopping to do tomorrow, but if I find you, I'll definitely say hi.
All right, that sounds good.
Bye.
Bye now. All right.
Is it too late to say mine's a fanny pack of holding?
It can be a fanny pack if you want.
Okay.
I have no preference. Whatever. I'm just making shit up. So if you guys want things to look a specific way, they can. I'm just going to continue making things up until you stop me. Gladness.
I want.
We saved the bard for last.
Yeah. I want 2 things.
Okay.
The first thing is a charlatan's die. That is common.
Okay.
The second thing I want is a spell rot tattoo at a level 3. That is uncommon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love the spell tattoos. Okay.
So cool.
All right.
Cool.
So we'll do the die first.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to go to 2 different shops for this. So
Yeah.
I think, we've got this. I've set up this magical oddities shop. So I think you, on the heels of Marta and Pod, sort of peruse this. There's just a ton of like random stuff on the shelves, all kind of packed in. But the die specifically speaks to you.
I guess I kind of like shuffle through everything. I don't pick everything up like Pod. But I definitely like act like I'm interested in a couple different things. Pick up the die, kind of turn it around, and without going to the front, kind of turn to Blanche and go, what do you take for this old thing?
Oh, what should be? As she reaches into one of her many pockets, sort of pulls out some glasses, puts them on. Oh, well, that old thing is quite useful in the right hand. So, I've got a couple, 45 gold.
I don't know. And he puts it back and goes over to look at something super expensive. And doesn't touch any of them, but looks at an amulet of health, which I know is way out of my price range.
Okay.
Those are rare.
Oh, for sure. Those are the ones. Ooh, is that the one that makes your Constitution 19?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I thought really hard about that.
Interested in a necklace, are you?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Mhm.
You know.
Especially for your type, you're a traveler, yes?
Oh, no, I'm more in town these days. I do travel, but I travel with large groups, more in traveling, performing trips, things like that. It just looks really pretty. I mean, I personally wouldn't pay what it's most likely worth, but nice to look at.
Yes, the brass one I could probably let go for 3,200. Anything nicer than that, obviously, is going to get more expensive.
Oh, of course. What was it you said for the charlatan's dice? You said 30 gold?
I believe I said 45.
Ah, that was my mistake. Well, let's call it 37.
Roll persuasion.
That is... I have my character sheet shut for some stupid reason. 15.
Okay. You say that, and she kind of smiles, looks down at the sort of ledger that she's still writing some of the last purchases for the day, and we'll round it out at 35. I don't like doing difficult math at my age.
Sounds good to me. 35 it is.
All right. Hand over the gold. Anything else strike you?
Not today, but if anything else strikes my fancy, if I feel the need for an amulet of health, I'll come back.
All right. Do you make your way out of the shop? Wandering down a couple of blocks, there is I think a particularly brightly colored storefront that has been painted on across where most of them have these like big display windows. This one has been boarded up, and there is this big mural that has been painted across it of all sorts of creatures and beasts and things that has a big tattoo sign hanging over the door.
I kind of poke my head in and look around a little bit and kind of just like hover by the desk, by the front desk.
Okay. You hover for a couple of minutes. You can see sort of there's the desk at the front, and then in the back are a couple of chairs and stations that have all sorts of implements, half of which I don't even know if you know what they do. There are several like pots of ink and everything, and then the walls are just like plastered in paintings and drawings and sketches and all sorts of artsy shit. After a minute or two, a woman who is just sort of, it seems like finishing up with a client, a tabaxi woman, a cat folk, sort of very, very large, tufted brown ears, sort of big cat snout, says, "I'll be right with you."
Oh no, take your time. Just looking to see if there's any magic tattoos here.
She sort of finishes up talking to her client, who makes their way out of the shop as she makes her way up to the desk. So, what can I do you for?
Oh, just, I'm passing through and I liked the look of the art and was wondering if you had any artists that did spellbounds.
Well, you're looking at her.
Oh, wonderful. I'm not looking for anything too crazy. I was wondering if you could do a spell of catch the breath.
Okay. I think I could probably do something like that. These are common or uncommon?
That's an uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay.
That level of spell.
Right. Yeah, she thinks for a moment, yeah, I could so what are you? Wizard? Sorcerer?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Bard then.
You got me.
I know my clientele. Yeah, I could do something like that for you. Probably take me plus sketching time, 3 hours. If you got that kind of time tonight. Otherwise, we can make an appointment. It's gonna run you probably $350.
Yeah, I'll pay $350. I'm not gonna haggle with you on that one. I just don't
All right.
feel like it.
You got something rolling around up here that you wanted to look like?
Yeah, I was thinking of kind of doing, because it's a breath spell, well, it's a dragon spell technically,
Sure.
but of doing something that looked like gusts of wind just coming and spreading from my back shoulder up onto my neck.
Okay. You got any other tattoos?
Nope.
All right. Well, I want you to know that shoulder and especially that neck, skin's a little thin, not a lot of padding. That's gonna hurt.
I almost died twice this week. It'll be fine.
All right. It's your money. Give me 15. I'll sketch you something up.
Yeah.
All right. She brings you back a few minutes later a sketch, pretty much exactly what you asked for. Do you, if approved, pay the $350, sit down in the chair. Hurts like a bitch.
Yep, it sure does. He was not expecting that.
It hurts, and she's very nice about it. Take a couple of breaks in between, and as night has really set on the city, it takes about 2.5 hours. You get a tattoo.
Y'all want to know what it does?
Yes. Tell the people.
Okay. I will tell the people what my tattoo does. So this is a reaction spell. I hid it from myself like a smarty. Let's see. It's called Catch the Breath. You can cast this spell as a reaction when you're targeted by a breath weapon. Doing so gives you advantage on your saving throw against the breath weapon. If your saving throw succeeds, you take no damage from the attack, even if successfully saved normally, only half the damage. Whether your saving throw succeeds or fails, you absorb and store the energy from the attack. On your next turn, you can make a ranged spell attack against the target within 60 feet. On a hit, the target takes 3d10 force damage. If you opt not to make this attack, the stored energy dissipates. So
It's kind of an absorb elements. It's kind of a hellish rebuke. It's good as hell. It's a good spell.
It's a really good spell, especially against dragons.
And with the tattoo, that's like one-time use though, right? Because it fades after you use it the first time.
There's I had it pulled up and then I closed it. There's a recharge on them.
Mm-hmm.
I was there.
It's like once per long rest or something.
It's like a once per day, essentially.
350 gold for a spell I use once.
Yeah.
If it saves your life, okay.
Well, I had the thing pulled up, but I'm calling it once per day because I think it's interesting. There's like the whole set of tattoo rules, which are really good. But yeah, so essentially you have access to this spell once per day. We'll call it an at dawn recharge because that's the easiest thing I think to remember. Okay. Anything else? Does anybody want to buy some acid resistant
Oh.
armor?
Need some more health potions. Might be good. We do that later. That's less fun.
Yeah, that stuff can be like, we buy health potions and subtract this.
Yeah,
much
I'm not
gold
gonna
and blah, blah, blah.
make you haggle for health potions. I don't even. Cool. Health potions do have a cost. Let me just pull it up real quick, so I don't forget. Potion of healing. 50. They're 50 gold a piece. There's a potion shop that is like the it's like the Jelly Belly store where there's just like it's just like a giant Coke machine. There's a bunch of dispensers just like all along the wall, and if you buy them in bulk or if you bottle your own, they'll give you a discount.
I'm gonna buy 3.
How much is a greater healing?
How much is a greater healing? 3 potions of healing, 120. Pull up greater healing. That's not what I want. Greater healing is 100.
Okay. Can Marta buy 3 greater, the 3 regular and then a greater?
Okay. 3 regular with the discount 120.
Okay.
Greater healing 100.
All right.
So 220.
20.
Would a potion of acid resistance be the same cost as the greater healing?
Yes. 100 apiece.
I'll get one of those too.
Okay. The 1 potion of acid resistance. Anything else? All right. So, with your new purchases in tow, you make your way to an inn to actually sleep in a bed for once. There is a tavern That is sort of the first floor tavern. The 3-story building. The other 2 floors are rooms where you can rent rooms for the night. The establishment is called A Pair of Black Antlers. Make your way inside. Rent room. It is with meals and drinks included. A gold a piece for the night. You guys can have however many rooms you would like for that price. So 4 gold total to stay with breakfast and drinks and everything, dinner tonight, that kind of thing. Yeah. You all head up to your rooms and settle in for the evening, for once in relative safety. And that is where we will end our session for tonight, because I've already gone long. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We did so much. There was role playing, there was combat, there was shopping, there was so much fun stuff. So thanks, and thanks to my wonderful players for hanging out tonight and continuing this journey with me. Real quick, let's do some stars and wishes before we go away for the night. So we'll give out a star to another player, and a wish for something we want to be included in the game going forward. Anything strike anybody?
I'll give my star to Marta for the shopping sequence. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So cute.
And my
She's
wish
just
is
an eager beaver.
my wish is for more dragons. There just haven't been enough dragons in this game. I'm just kidding.
You got 4 of them in your pocket.
I want to go to a party.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that'd
Okay.
be fun. Like, maybe on a job, maybe just for fun. I don't know. Get up to shenanigans at a party.
I like it.
I will go next. I want to give my star to Pod for effectively becoming the best thief of all time.
Do you want to tell people what your sleight of hand modifier is now?
It's a plus 13.
What level are you?
4. And it's only going to go up
Insane.
because I got expertise in that, so...
You know, I thought I was gonna have a problem with my modifiers, but not beat me. Yeah, that's my
For
star.
half of
Pod.
you get expertise. Like, oh, this is gonna be so fun.
But good job.
Steal something crazy next time.
Heist.
And my wish is, I actually did look up, and technically my spell tattoo is supposed to dissipate once I use it once. My wish is for that to be either once per long rest or once per day.
I'm gonna let it be once per day.
Okay.
You got a whole ass tattoo, and I think those are forever.
It's true.
So
It just stops being cool and magic if I do it and then recharges later.
yeah, no, I think once per dawn is fair, especially for the level of spell and everything. I'm not concerned.
I didn't blow it on like a 5th level. That would be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, you spent a lot of money on it. I'm not gonna take that away. That seems mean. All right, who else?
My star goes to Glad for teaching his dragon to scream like a goat. That made my evening. And I posted it in the chat and Discord. 'Cause
They just
that's
go.
all I heard. That is literally all I heard at that description, and I died.
That's what I was
That
channeling.
Amazing.
I love goats.
Me
Goats
too.
are my favorite animal.
They're kind of amazing and super cute. My wish. I wanna meet everyone's family friends. Yeah, I do though. And I want to have Marta ask like really abrupt, uncomfortable questions because that's just sort of the type of person she is.
I think that's probably going to come up soon. Considering.
My star goes to Gladness for almost dying again. And my wish
It's for Gladys to
is-
almost die again.
Yeah.
I'm glad to actually die.
I almost said that, and then I was like, that's mean. Even as a joke. My wish is kind of similar to wanting to go to a party. I want an excuse for everyone to dress fancy.
Gladness dresses fancy every day.
Right. Let's let everyone dress up fancy like. I think I might actually have the perfect situation for that. That sounds very fun. All right. Well, that's all we've got for tonight. We're running a little bit late. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I got really excited about shopping and wanted to finish it out.
Extra star for Blanche and Marty.
I
love
don't know
them.
where those are just people I made up on the spot, but I think they're nice.
I like them a lot.
So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Once again, a lot happened, as it always does. Yeah, that was a really fun time. We will be back 1 week from today for another episode of The Forgotten. Well, maybe we'll see. Some people are gonna be missing. We're gonna figure it out, is the thing, because the holidays are kind of a disaster when you want more than 2 people in the same room. So we'll figure it out. But we will be back 1 week from today, Monday, doing something, whether it's this or something else. In the meantime, our schedule is down below us on the drop page on Twitch. It's also on our Twitter. It's also on our Discord. So check that out. Follow our Twitter and join our Discord. That's where we post all of our schedule updates and things like that. So if you want to know what we're doing, that's the place to get them from. Does anyone have anything they want to plug before we go away? All right. You can follow all of these wonderful people on Twitter and Instagram and beyond. Their handles are right below their faces and also in the chat. We will see you with this crew on Friday for Neon Souls. And then on Monday for something. In the meantime, our next live stream on this channel is going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for another episode of The Burbs for Savage Worlds. So stick around for that. We will see everybody next time. But until then, good game and good night, Internet.